This will be put out as part of Old Soul Young World. For y'all who don't know me, my name is Jessie Ellie. I'm the CEO and founder of Old Soul Young World. It started as a podcast, but we are a motivational mental health media brand. So we do everything from putting out episodes to doing live podcasts to community events like tonight. And what's most important for us is bridging the gap between accessibility and affordability for people to be able to come out and enjoy events like this without spending millions of dollars. Tonight, we're able to provide this event for free. So shout out to Centerboard. Centerboard's a nonprofit in Lynn. They were able to provide us some funding that we can do these community events and we can share and speak our voices and give highlight and spotlight to artists who truly deserve it. I feel blessed right now to be on the stage with all these amazing people. So can we give it up for the artists on the stage right now, these beautiful humans? For my people in the back, if y'all want a seat, we got seats right up here in the front. Please don't be shy. Please come grab yourself a seat. It's going to be an amazing conversation. We don't want you to have to stand the whole time. So make sure y'all grab yourself a seat. So again, this is volume 2 of Gallery Talk. So before we get started on the questions, Gallery Talk stands for Talented Artists Lending Knowledge. So even though all these artists on the stage are going to perform tonight, and y'all are going to see why their words are so powerful, before they express it through their music, they're going to express it through communication. They're going to be able to speak out about who is behind the art, who is behind the artist and the music. And we think it's so important, giving artists the chance to vocalize what that means to them. What does it mean that word is bond when every day you're working on your art and you're putting out new music? But sometimes people don't even stop to ask you, like, what was the meaning of that song? What pushed you to be able to make that art? And tonight, we're going to get into and we're going to talk about it. So if y'all watch Old Soul Young World, I have a little start at the beginning of every show. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to jump into our panel. Old souls, young souls, and all my damn souls in between. Welcome to another episode of Old Soul Young World, Gallery Talk, Volume 2, Word is Bond. We're here today with your host, Jessie Ellie, as well as Paradoxic King, Yelena La Rosa Rodriguez, the Nate Nix, and Ashanti Eva Davenport. Give it up for these people. So again, word is bond. Can I say word is and you guys say bond? Word is? Bond. Word is? Bond. But what does that actually really mean? Word is bond is a saying that has come from hip-hop culture, originated there, meaning that our word is our trust. We use our words to communicate with people so that they understand what we're about and who we are. Word is bond is what I'm saying to you is how I trust you and how you trust me. So to start off with the first question of the night, we're going to, and artists, if you need to know what the question is, we do have it on the TV over here to your left, so in case you forget it or the audience wants to check it out. What does the phrase, word is bond, actually mean to you guys? And anyone's welcome to take that. Period. Keep your word.
Keep your word. Period. Yeah, I'll start us off. Peace, y'all. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me and to get to share this platform with y'all. Everyone looking at me right now, look at your beautiful faces. It's a lot. It's a lot. So much talent and beautiful word that's put out into this universe, right, throughout the creations that we create. So, word is bond. I'm heavy on lyrics. I've been a lover of India Ari since I found her. And lyrics and words, poetry that speaks to vulnerability, to our heart space, to a reflection, a connection to divinity. And so Word is Bond is truth. Word is Bond is that ever-flowing connection of who am I inside and how do I share that with you, you know? It's effortless, really, if you're happy with yourself, if you've sat with yourself, if you love yourself, it's effortless. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here, so thank you. Yeah.
I'll go next. Word is bond. What does it mean to you? So, hi everyone. Yelena, La Rosa. How are you guys doing? Cheer up a little bit. I want to see smiles on your faces. You know, wake up, levántase. It's not bedtime yet. But word is bond. So, word is bond for me. I feel like pretty much what it's saying is like, it kind of reminds me. So, right now, honestly, if I can be transparent, I, got baptized back last year in September. So I'm a Christian. And, I, right now, I'm in a place where I really want to create music that, creates an impact, but also music that speaks on my faith, right? And my purpose. So when I think about what word is bond is kind of like pertaining to like power of the tongue, right? What you say or what you speak out, comes back to you, or what you say has power. So that's pretty much what comes to me, when I think about word is bond and thinking about, relating it to my faith and the purpose that God has bestowed upon me, So pretty much just like, obviously always being mindful of what you say, how you speak to yourself, and also how you speak to others, But most importantly, what you say to yourself is like the biggest thing, So like, word is bond relating to you, how do you relate to you? What do you say to yourself each and every day? How do you speak to yourself each and every day? Are you speaking life into you? And are you speaking life into others? So that's pretty much what comes to my mind when I thought about, word is bond. So yeah.
It's fine. Nah, I love that. I think that, hey, good evening, everyone. But I love Word is Bond. Like, the concept is always so fire to me. Like, I grew up, like, listening to hip-hop and, like, hearing rappers talk about it all the time, and I didn't really understand, I think, what it meant, at least from my perspective, until I got older and I started working with people that were younger than me. I feel like when I hear Word is Bond, it means, well, the key word for me is bond. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have the ability to put things together, but you also have the ability to tear things apart. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's through your word, the power of the tongue, like Yelena was saying. And I think that you ever had someone like break a promise, you know what I'm saying, where you just like, you trust them, but because they can't uphold their end of the bargain, you feel me, you don't have that same faith, you don't have the same trust in them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Word is Bond is about not just keeping your promises, you feel me, but also recognizing the power behind it. You don't say something that you're not able to do, you feel me, unless you believe that you can do it, you feel me? And when you speak that into yourself, when you speak that into the world, you speak it for yourself and you also speak it for others. It's possible. But recognizing that it's possible is more than just being able to say it. Word is Bond is doing as well, you feel me? It starts with the word, it starts with the tongue, but you have to take it somewhere, you feel me? Like, I work with young people, so a lot of times, like, you have like a mentor, you have someone that, means something to you. If they're giving you false hope, you feel me, then how can they expect you to believe in yourself? You know what I'm saying? You can't. So Word is Bond to me is not just about believing in others and pouring into them and pouring into the world what you seek for yourself, you feel me, but it's also about integrity and really holding yourself and the people around you to a very high standard that you know that they're capable of. Yeah.
Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, King. I know you're about to say something, but facts. Like, facts. All right, go ahead, King. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all good? I'm not gonna lie, I don't be knowing what to do up here, like with my body and stuff. So if I'm awkward and jittery, bro, just like, I don't know, be jittery with me, bro. No bullshit. Somebody just like match what I'm doing, bro, to make me feel comfortable. Thank you. All right. But you know what I mean, bro? Like, what do I do with my hands?
I always be asking myself that when I do the podcast. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, but yeah, Word is Bond. Like all y'all said. I mean, I don't know what else I can add. Like, it was very well said what each and every one of y'all said. I think Word is Bond is really understanding that like words have power, and Words have always had power. Like, from the beginning of time, bro. From the first time somebody ever said something, bro. Somebody probably said the word eat, bro. That shit was powerful. You know what I mean? So words have power, and I think it's important to understand that the words that you do say have an impact on people's lives, and it has an impact on like the way that people go about certain things. And like you have to understand that like the words that you say is gonna affect people in certain ways. And when you say bond, like it's kind of like a commitment. Nate was kind of touching on that too. Like it's kind of like a commitment that like whatever you say gotta match like your actions in a way. You know, like you can't just say certain things and then not be about what you're saying, because there's no bond. You're not having connection with yourself, but also with the people that you're talking to. So I think that just that phrase is really powerful, and I feel like we say it a lot, like, and I hear it in hip hop a lot, and it is really one of the most powerful phrases because it just shows us that, like, you know what I mean, like I don't know, it just shows us that there's some type of connection with our words. And like, you know, I'm a poet, like I love poetry, like, and I know what words have done for me personally, and like how it impacted me. It impacted the way that I thought, it impacted the way that I expressed myself. And if I didn't do that in a authentic manner, if I was saying certain things just to say it and not really mean it, if I wasn't really taking my words and kind of like using that to, you know, kind of lead towards like whatever action steps I need to do to make myself feel good about who I am, then it's kind of like pointless. So like word is bond is important because it's a bond with like who you are, and it's also a bond with like the people that you're around and how like, you know, you can impact them. You know what I mean? So yeah.
100% facts. And I just want to thank y'all because this started off the panel amazing, and I hope that everybody in the audience is now grasping what we're talking about through word is bond. Words carry meaning. We give meaning to words, and we can commit ourselves through our actions and our words. And I want to shout out my team member Radames, as he says this all the time, but F you travels faster than I love you. So think about that. Negative energy, the negative words that you speak and put out, travel faster than when you speak positive energy. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of putting positivity out when you're speaking. And when you leave and you walk out this door today, you know, remember that. So for our next question, which kind of plays into what everybody was saying about their commitment and how sometimes, you know, as you said, Nate, it is our bond to what we're telling other people about us through our words. So when, you know, you've been going through your journeys as musicians, as artists, as just souls and humans on this physical plane, have you ever faced adversity or got challenged due to being so bonded to your word, being so like, you know, trusting to your word and facing adversity because you stick behind what you're saying, if that makes sense, and if anyone wants to take that?
I definitely want to jump in because I think that's something that's, like, the question, like, reigns true for me, I think, like, in my current state now, you feel me? Like, when I was younger, I was real big on, like, promises, you feel me? Like, if you made me a promise, I want you to keep it, and I would make promises, and I was like, I gotta die for this, you feel me? Like, it's everything to me. Even if it was just, like, take out the trash, you feel me? It's like, all right, but I gotta make sure I do it. It's like, oh, no, if I don't do it, it's over. So, promises mean a lot to me. So, when, like, last year, my mom, she passed away, you feel me? And, like, I appreciate that. I remember, like, the biggest thing that she always told me, you feel me? And it was something that she and my uncle told me all the time, is that even when the sky's falling down, even the world is ending, you feel me, like, I always love you. Like, there's always going to be love there. You feel me? So when I committed myself to being an artist, you feel me, I committed myself to pouring love into the art that I was creating. Even when there were hard times for me, or even when it was something that I was dealing with, I always wanted to make sure that everything that I was presenting came from a place of love. I don't ever want there to be, like, hate contributing to my music. I don't ever want that to be the case, and I think that that's a promise that I made myself. Right now, you feel me, and in the state that I was in, like, after my mom passed, it was very easy for me to just be, like, negative and just pour negativity into everything that I was doing. It didn't matter if it was, like, conversations with people. It didn't matter if it was, like, you know, engaging with family. My mindset was very, like, rigid. It was very negative, you feel me? And And so there was like a promise. Because of that promise I had to make, I had to take a step back, you feel me, from being able to pour into my art. I didn't want that negativity in there, and because of that promise, it was adversity for me because I had to take a step back from doing something that I love very much. You know what I mean? I didn't want to write lyrics if the only thing on my mind was going to be tragedy and like heartbreak and heartache, you feel me? I didn't want that to be my identity in the moment, you feel me? Especially now with something as sacred as my art. So now, you feel me? Fast forward like a year later, where I'm at now, it's like I'm writing every day, you feel me, and I'm pouring into it because that positivity is like pouring out of me and everything that I'm doing, you feel me, from my relationships to like with my partner, you feel me, who's here, shout out Jasmine, but also to like the youth that I work with, you feel me, to everyone that I'm engaging when I feel like there's so much positivity to like pour in there because I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying, I'm grateful that adversity came my way so that I can continue to overcome, so I can continue to grow, and so that my art can continue to thrive, you feel me, and that's where I'm at now. So that adversity was like, yo, but now I'm here, you feel me, and I'm very happy to be here.
That was incredibly powerful. Thank you for sharing that. And that's what it's about, the vulnerable communication of words. Anybody else want to talk about adversity that they may have faced because of being bonded to their word?
I think, like, for me, a lot of times, like, I feel like I really, like, when I say something or when I, like, have goals and ambitions or, like when I say I want to do something or I tell myself, like, yeah, you got to do this in order to succeed or to be a better person, like, when it doesn't happen, sometimes I just, like, kind of, like, I'll shut down a little bit and I'll feel like, not like I'm a failure, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I told myself that tonight I'm going to, like, do my homework. Like, I was in grad school, like, a little bit. I didn't finish, but, like, I was in grad school for a little bit. And I remember those times where I was like, okay, you got to study for, like, an hour or two. And, like, when I didn't keep my word, where I would, like, do some other shit, bro, like, I used to just feel, like, real, like, mad at myself and real angry and, like it just kind of hurt me, like, and I don't know, it just made me feel like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, and just, like, the mental state that I had when those, like, things happened was really tough for me, because I don't know, it just made me want to, like, shut down and not continue, like, and not see past, like, those, like, little mistakes, you know? Word is always going to be bond, but it be hard sometimes when, like, you kind of go against your own word, you know what I mean? And I just had to figure that out. I'm still figuring it out, you know? I still had to give myself grace when I do, like, break my own word sometimes, because, like, you know, sometimes you got to grow. Like, word is bond, but sometimes sometimes, like, you're not perfect. Life ain't perfect, you know what I mean? So sometimes it might happen, but, like, I think the beauty in that is that you can take those opportunities to grow. And if you're not doing that, then that's when you're really dismissing it. So, you know, I think just having that awareness of, like, you know, when you do kind of, like, fall out of your word is important, and then kind of growing from it there. Because if you don't, it's just like, word ain't bond no more. You know what I mean? It's a connection, like we said, you know. It's an experience, too. And it's, like, something that's conscious. I know a lot of times people try to be like, you know, you should just do it unconscious, but it's like a conscious decision that you have to make, and then eventually it can, you know what I mean? Eventually you can live up to be who you want, but, like, it's just growth, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Always.
I would say for me, and hopefully I answered this question right. So a big adversity that I dealt with in life, or been challenged due to being bonded to my word. So when I was working on my music career, I started working on my music career in 2020. And around that time, from like 2020 to, let's say, 2023, I dealt with, like, some traumatic things, right? That I guess were, like, you know, tied to facing adversity. And the biggest thing that I was dealing with was with domestic violence. You know, I was in a relationship that, you know, I was dealing with that. And so this is like a trigger warning for anyone here that's dealt with that or knows anyone who has. But when I was, you know, in that situation, there were many times I did want to give up on music, on myself, and in pretty much in everything, you know? And the biggest thing that kept holding me on was, you know, word is bond, like the promise I made to myself, you know, if, like, we're going to start this, we're going to finish it, right? Because I've always believed since I was 7 years old that I had a purpose in this world, you know. Thank you, you know, to the Lord above, because he's the one that pretty much gave my calling and my purpose. And, you know, but there were many times that I really just wanted to call it quits. I wanted to just be like, you know what, I think maybe today's the last day that I'll remain on this earth. And the thing that kept, holding me, there, or wanting me to keep going, and for me to leave the relationship, that I was in, and the situation I was in, was, my word to myself, and recognizing that I had a purpose in this world, And I would just say, for anyone who has been in these situations, or maybe has not dealt with, domestic violence, or, but anything that, is difficult, please always remind yourself that you have a calling, in this world. You may not know what it is now. You may know what it is right now, maybe not, but whatever it may be, or if you do know, just know that, you have a calling in this world, you have a purpose. No matter what situation you've been through, no matter what you dealt with, no matter what someone has done to you, that does not define who you are, and that should not stop you from, going after, your dreams, your goals, and your purpose, because at the end of the day, what happened to you, you can use that as testimony, right? And I am still, I don't speak often about what I went through because it is hard, and I like to be mindful of speaking about it, because there are people that in this room that may be dealing with it, we don't know, or know someone that has. But at the end of the day, I'm learning how to talk about it more, because at the end of the day, it is a testimony, and I know there are some people that need to hear, this story, and need to hear, from someone that, you may go through something so heartbreaking, but just please keep going, and just not let that specific thing to stop you from not holding your promise, or keeping you here. So yeah.
Wow.
That was so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, y'all sharing really helped me to decipher a response to this question. So thank you so much. I'll say 2 separate instances where I almost didn't keep my word with myself. Or rather, one where I didn't keep my word with myself, where when my father passed, which it will be 4 years on April 17th, 2025, when I drop my album titled Healing, Ashanti Eva Juanita Davenport, which is my full name. And it's a tribute to my father. And thank you. When my father passed, he passed from COVID. And, it happened at the beginning of the panoramic. And it blew me into another existence. Essentially, I wasn't here anymore. Everything just disappeared. Not only was I working full-time as an artist at that time in 2019, it was like I had just been nominated for the Boston Music Awards, and everything was just pouring in excellence, gigs, money, everything was getting better and better and better. I was at the height of my career at that time. And all of a sudden, cancellation after cancellation, everything stopped. The world stopped, as we all experienced in different ways, right? I wasn't able to do my favorite thing, which is perform and connect with people by sharing my love of art and spirit and music. And then my father passed, and I went through about 1.5 years of just pure heartbreak, and not having the motivation, courage, any type of energy to do what it was that I love to do, to live in my purpose anymore. I couldn't find anything that would allow me to continue to live in my purpose. And it took a while, but I'm so thankful to my mother and my family and my friends, especially my goddaughter and the babies in my life, who I would just sit with them and go on walks outside, and they would remind me of like the purity and the joy in life and existence, and how things didn't have to be that serious, you know, and remind me, like, I remember my goddaughter, she was 7 at the time. She told me one day, she was like, whenever I see a white butterfly, she asked me why I was sad. I was outside crying. She was like, why are you sad? I was like, I'm just thinking about my dad. I really miss my dad. She said, whenever I see a white butterfly, I know that's my grandmother. And, you know, that helped me to remember that although grief is so, so intense, and we're human beings, you know, we're souls having a human existence, so of course we have such a deep connection to the physical. That's all that I lost, you know, was the physical, because I still have this incredible connection with my Father's Spirit. He's here in this room right now. So I get to experience him and live with him and sing to him and, you know, have him cheering me on and vibing with me and sending me messages. And because I've built that connection, and because I remembered what I promised myself, that I was going to allow my purpose to push me through whatever obstacles came in this lifetime, because we all need each other. You know, we all need each other to follow our purpose. Our individual purpose is what's going to make this world great. So remembering that I am a part of this huge world, and I am not just here for myself. I am not here for myself. I'm here for all of us. So I have to follow through, because it's not about me. It's about all of you too, you know. I'll leave it there, yeah.
Perfect. Oh, man. I think that was the most beautiful thing and the most beautiful moment I've experienced in a very long time. And I thank you guys for being so open to communicate and to share your stories vulnerably, because it is not easy to sit up here and tell people the struggle you've got through to succeed. And words and how we deal with this physical life through the spiritual existence is so important. And for anybody else in the room who has dealt with death or domestic violence or depression, anxiety, mental health struggles, we have all been there, and we've been in your shoes, and we're here with you tonight to let you know you are not alone, and we are all in this together. So I do want to just tell you guys a couple things. If you're vibing with us during the panel, I think you've been hearing us up here, but we've been snapping. For a lot of spoken word poets, this is something that's very common. So if y'all would like to snap at any point, you are welcome to. I do want to also remind you, at the end of our next couple questions, y'all are going to get the chance to ask questions to our artists for about 10 minutes. So if you have a question, or if you have something that like one of these amazing individuals sparks in your mind to be like, damn, but how did you do that? You know, just mentally take a note, because you're going to get a chance to talk about that. So moving on to our next question, we only have a few left, so thank y'all for being so awesome. And you know, I just want to make sure y'all are awake. So when I say word is, can y'all say bond? Word is? Bond. Word is? Bond. Okay, y'all are awake. Was that good enough for you guys? I don't know. Okay. All right. The artist said it's good enough. So obviously we've talked about how words hold power, how impactful they are, right? When we're in person and we're communicating, it's a lot different than when we're expressing our words or our emotions online. So how does this digital era, right? We're talking about the physical, we're talking about the spiritual, now we're throwing in the digital. How does this digital era, so like social media, affect the authenticity of your artistic expression or your communication? Do you feel like you have to throw a filter on it? Do you feel like you have to not say as much or not be as bonded to your word to make sure that you're coming across on social media for whatever purpose it is, marketing, get those followers, whatever? So yeah, anybody want to jump in on that?
I want to say the vortex.
The vortex of the digital age. We're all in it.
Dun, dun. I just said dun dun dun. Just for dramatic
Dun,
effect.
dun, dun.
I was
All
trying to,
we
like,
have is
throw
sound
that-
effects at the moment.
Trying to get some ad-libs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be tired of social media at times. There are times where I really don't want to be on there. I've gotten to the point where actually pretty soon I may take a social media hiatus. And that's very new for me because if you know me, I am a workaholic. I overwork myself to the bone. Like I really do because I don't know where it comes from, but I'm just, I'm hungry, for my goals and dreams, but God is teaching me to take a step back, thankfully. So that's why, I've been in a place of like where social media for me, there's pros and cons to it, right? Can we all agree? But there's a certain point where the authenticity may not be there, right? Like for me, I've had people who I've worked with, who've advised me on what I should do or how I should appear on social media, and they'll tell me like, "Oh, Yelena, make sure like you always are, dressed to the T and your hair is nice and everything. When you're posting a story, you're doing this or you're doing that." But there are times, to be honest, where I just want to go on there, like I just woke up in a sweatpants and I just want to sing my heart out, you know what I'm saying, for content. But then I got people that are telling me to not do that because of the labels may think this or the labels may think, you know what I'm saying? So that's where for me, I kind of feel, restricted, because I feel like I can't be myself, and I feel like social media at times loses that, which is why we have TikTok, because some people say that they feel like TikTok is more authentic, right? And which I believe is to the case, to that case. But I think at the end of the day with social media, it gets to a point where you just really have to be like, you know what, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna do what I feel is best. I'm just gonna do what I feel aligns with my brand. And at the end of the day, like, I'm just gonna be myself, because if at the end of the day, if you are not yourself, then what is the point? Especially with whatever you do, like as an artist, you shouldn't be yourself. Like me personally, like, if you see me as I was here, I'm usually quiet, and I know for some people they're like, are you really? But no, I am. Like, I'm just very reserved, I'm at times, like I was with my partner the whole entire time, but even if he wasn't here with me, I would tend to be with myself, because I'm usually, I don't know if it's because I grew up as an only child that I'm so used to being by myself, but I just be in my own world at times, and I need that at times before I, perform or do whatever, because it helps me ground myself, especially, my anxiety. But anyways, I'm not even going details about that, because, that's a whole nother story. But nonetheless, like, yeah, I just really feel like with social media, really just do what you feel is best. Do what speaks to your heart, what your intuition is telling you, discernment is telling you, whatever you may believe. Because at the end of the day, like, we need to take social media back in the sense of bringing back authenticity, bringing back of what is real and what is not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to really start to be more authentic, be more real, speak your truth, speak what you believe, don't lie, don't be someone else, because at the end of the day, like, God, whatever you may believe in, created you the way that you are for a reason. If we were all meant to be like everyone else, then the world would just be boring. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have to say with social media. But yeah, or the digital era, I would say.
Ooh, that was some truth right there. I be feeling that every day, all day, like social media anxiety. Shout out Kylie, my brand manager, marketing manager. She's on social media, so I don't have to be sometimes, because that shit gets stressful. Any other artists want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I swear, it be scaring me, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
Shit's
bro.
scary.
It be scary, yo. it's crazy because back in the day, before I learned about the word algorithm, y'all know that word algorithm, right? I feel like that's a new word, bro. I feel like they just added that shit to like the English dictionary.
in the Urban Dictionary.
Like a couple of years. I swear they did, bro, because I was not hearing that back in high school, bro. I never heard nobody talk about no algorithm. So it was just like, I don't know. So it be scary. It don't be scaring me. It's just like, yeah, it be kind of scary. It's like, I used to like post whatever on IG, you know what I mean? I used to post whatever, like how I was feeling. If I felt wavy that day, bro, I'm posting. I'm not even thinking about like algorithms or who's gonna see it. I'm just posting, and then my homies gonna like hype me up in the comments or whatever, bro. Now it's just like, I feel like I gotta do an algebra equation. Like, I'm like, all right, if I post at 7 p.m. on a Friday after people are going to work, this is gonna get this amount of views, and then after I do that, I'm gonna share it in my story at a certain time, and then after that, it's gonna be la la. And I'm like, bro, it don't gotta be that complicated, bro. It really don't, bro. It really don't. I swear it don't. You know what I mean? And I feel like because of that, like, I don't be posting on IG as much as I used to. Like, you know what I mean? I don't be like, because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm like forcing myself to do it. And when it comes to like my art is really like sacred to me. Cause like besides like, I mean, I'm like, it really is for me, like in a way for me to express myself. It's really like everything I do, when I make beats, when I write poems, when I write my raps, like everything is like for me, like initially. And then after that, I want people to like kind of be a part of that as well. But it, like, I feel like it kind of transformed where it's just like you have to make it a certain way so that people can perceive it, so that this much people can perceive it the best way possible. But sometimes that doesn't fit with how you're feeling at a certain moment, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, like, I feel like sometimes like social media makes me want to like not be as authentic, and like makes me want to like be in part of this like calculation and equation so that I can like push my art to the best of its like, or as far as it can go. But you know what I mean? Like, if it's not me, bro, like even if it pushes me to like far places, if it's not me, then like why am I doing it, bro? If I'm like in a far place and that's in that far place, if I'm not in that, how do I say this? If it takes me to a far place and I'm like my body's in that far place, but my like self isn't there, like there's really no point, bro, no bullshit. So I think like it just be a little scary sometimes, but like I think I might tomorrow, bro. I might just post it, say whatever, bro. I might say some BS ass caption, bro. Just like, you know what I mean? Just as like a declaration that I could do. Yo, we all got free will, bro. Like, you feel me? Sometimes you gotta sit back and realize you got free will. You can do whatever you want, bro. I could post right now if I wanted to. I'm not going to out of respect, but like, you feel me, bro? You got free will, bro. So like, don't let that social media game like, bro. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Agreed, 1000%.
Facts.
High key, you should post right now. I feel like
Whip that out. Take a video while you're out there. Be like, yo, I didn't want to post this, but I'm posting this. Make sure you get the right hashtags. Post it at 10 a.m.
Take a reel real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Word is bomb.
Can we all say free will at 1, 2, 3, free will? Ready? 1, 2, 3, free will. I can post whatever I want.
Don't forget it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was crazy.
I feel like there's this understanding, right? Okay, shout out Doechii.
Ooh, love
Shout out
Doechii.
She's been teaching me a lot. I've been watching her YouTube videos from like 5 years ago, and she was just vlogging and talking about her career, and she's on the come up, right? This is before she was signed and dropped like her first couple songs, which was before Alligator Bites Never Heal. But you know, now she just won a Grammy. So yeah, super proud. And she's been teaching me a lot. So I kind of see some of the artists, the big time superstar artists that have been signed and are hitting the Grammy stages, right? And they went through a phase of being very focused on the algorithm. You know, they went through a robotic phase, like all of them. I don't think any of them got to that point without going through a point of not feeling authentic to themselves. And they went through and they used the system to get to the point that they're at now. And then they shed all of that, like her, and they go up on stage and they do like some crazy breathing technique and put it in a track, and it's just like, whoa, that's crazy. Let's all, breathe together, but right, like, yeah. So I love that, and that voice is constantly, not constantly, but comes into my head every so often. And I committed to my authenticity about 2 years ago, I'll say.
Ooh,
like
that was powerful.
solidly committed to my vulnerability, my authenticity, my fullest self. I was like, I am done. Like, I am done. I don't care, how people are perceiving me. If they think that I should do this or that differently, I don't care. I'm going to show up how I am, how I feel it. And it's a constant battle. Like Yelena was saying, like, there are days where I want to just get up and film myself just out of bed, didn't brush my hair, nothing. And I do. But it's not easy, you know what I mean? It's not easy. Sometimes I'm in the camera and I'm like fixing my hair and I'm like, why am I worried about this, bro? Like, chill, because it doesn't matter, Sometimes I'm put together and sometimes I'm just out of bed, and I love myself in every phase of myself, and I love showing up in every phase of myself, and I love getting to show that to other people, because y'all deserve more than just seeing me or each other in our most put together light all the time. Then we just feel like that's the only way that we're acceptable. Ooh. But we're beautiful and acceptable in every phase of ourselves, and we shouldn't feel like we can only be seen in our what feels to us like our best, because that's what we're seeing from other people, Yeah. Period.
Fire. Right on point. Nate, you want to throw anything in before we?
Yeah, social media is funny. I don't know. I don't really be posting on social media right now because I'm not on Twitter anymore for at least the rest of this month. So we're going to see. I don't know. We're going to see. But
is that your choice of platform, Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
okay.
prefer to read. I prefer to read it and type it. I love words more so than pictures and videos and stuff like that. But I have been on Instagram a lot recently. There's some funny stuff on there. No cap. Shout out Instagram. But as far as posting and just being authentic, social media does a lot to drain you. You feel me? I think it does. It's designed in a sense, like Kingsley was saying, it's designed in a sense to fit specific pockets of human existence. You feel me? And I think that because of that, the social aspect of it kind of deteriorates in a way. If you're an artist, you probably had this experience where people they're about to drop something. You feel me? And so they send it to you. They don't be hello. They just send you their music or they just send you whatever. And I'd be like, alright, block. Nah, but I won't pay attention to it. But mostly because it's not authentic, you feel me? That's not how we interact with each other socially in real life. I wouldn't just walk up to someone that I don't know and be like, here you go, you feel me? Unless what I was pushing was the greatest thing in the world, one, but also if I genuinely wanted to make a connection with them. We know how humans work because we're people ourselves. We know how human interaction works, and we know that what we're doing on social media sometimes, right? I won't say all the time, but sometimes isn't genuine. You feel me? And I think that because of that, we start losing a little bit of that social connection, that social interaction. So for me, I don't really post that often because I just don't really see the value in it. I know the value in it from what I've been told about how it can do these things for your career and all these things. But at the end of the day, it's how authentic is it of me if in my real life, I'm engaging with people every day. I'm social every day and I'm speaking to people every day. I'm performing, I'm giving life to my words every single day to then turn around and do something that's a little less authentic on social media. It's just not me, you feel me? That's not really something that I'm interested in doing, so I just don't post. I'm not really interested. However, I'm also a part of a podcast, and they be posting about a bunch of crazy stuff. So I think that it's also important to maintain your authenticity in every facet of your life, because you never know what's gonna end up on social media as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught lacking, as they say.
Facts.
So pay attention to that. Funny.
Hey, I love that. It's so true. I mean, I think each one of us probably experiences that in our own ways, whether you just use social media for fun or you use it for your business as an entrepreneur and an artist. But it does come with positive and negative effects. And just be aware when you're on there, like, are you looking to just be an influencer? Are you looking to just get likes? Are you looking for people to just, reach out and like that button on that content? Or do you really want to make an impact? Do you really want to touch lives, touch hearts, touch minds? Because we all have that ability. If you are going to use social media, try to consider using it a little more authentically, because our word is our bond. So, period.
Yeah,
Are y'all having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. We got just a few more questions. And then just to give you all the rundown, after this, we're going to have some hot food out. That's like burger sliders, a taco bar. We got like all the empanadas that you could ever ask for. So after this, y'all are going to be able to take a food break. And then we're going to get these performers back on stage for some live performances. So just one more question. What advice would y'all give to any emerging artists about staying true to their word or their own vision? Do y'all mind if I start? Yes, please. Appreciate that. He's like, yeah.
Y'all be messing with me, bro.
So some of y'all might know me, some of y'all might not. As I said, my name is Jessie Ellie, and I founded Old Soul Young World a few years ago as an LLC. What most people don't know is before the LLC, I struggled for years and years and years with so many things that we've talked about on this stage today. But a lot of it related back to me. And when Yelena was talking about the words that you say to yourself, it sunk so deep within me because for so many years I would talk negatively to myself in my head. You wouldn't know it. I would be on stage performing. I would leave after and I'd be like, oh, that was horrible. Oh, that was this. Oh, that was that. Projecting negativity. Those words then led me to negative relationships and artistic partnerships. I was in also abusive relationships. And it made me look at myself in a different light, like, are you even this person? Are you even being true to the words that you're speaking when you get on stage and you do spoken word and you're motivationally talking to all of these other people about how to be motivational, but you yourself don't share your story? So when I started Old Soul Young World, the podcast, my main mission was to have artists like the amazing people on this stage and entrepreneurs to talk about their own struggle with mental health or in the physical world that led them to success. Actually, Yelena was one of my guests on season 2 of Old Soul Young World. So if y'all want to hear more about her deep dive into her story and her purpose, that's what we talked about one-on-one. And that's what I'll continue to talk about through Old Soul Young World, because for any emerging artist coming up, just remember, everyone is always going to judge you. That's never going to stop. Judgment is never going to stop. But what you can do, like Ashanti said, is focus on yourself in the authenticity and be committed to it. Start knowing when you go out, even if it's going to be hard, do what you got to do. Say what you got to say. If people want to judge you, let them judge you. But you need to give yourself love and kindness and hope. If I didn't make Old Soul Young World into a business when nobody supported me and everyone in my circle was leaving me and telling me, you won't be anything. You won't take that anywhere. No one wants to hear motivational stuff. They want a girl to say funny stuff. They want a girl to say sexual stuff. Well, here we are today using our words as our bond impactfully. So for any emerging artist, I would say stay true to that word. Don't ever give it up for anybody else who has an opinion, because your opinion is what matters the most. Boom. And from that, I'll pass that on to anyone who wants to take it.
Preach. I want to say from our last question also, I think podcasts is a great way to be authentic on social media. Shout out to what we're doing right now. Because we could just sit and have a conversation and allow ourselves to freely, at first getting up here, it's like, hey guys.
For sure.
How do I put my,
Where do I put my hands, King?
like I'm on camera. And getting into the flow of talking. It's like you gotta warm up to it. But also that is so beautiful to witness. People in their uncomfortability, like in their just fidgetiness and, warming up and not being like fully prepared and put together and ready to go. So that plays into this as well. I want to say meditation. I want to say, knowing who you are, what your purpose is it, right? Knowing who you are and what your purpose is it. That's our driving light. That's our guiding force. However, it can be really easy to get confused, to have that message and that purpose tainted, or to be steered in the wrong direction, especially when you're young. So allowing yourself the time to sit with yourself and your thoughts and really, really soaking that in, right? Remembering who you are, really soaking that in, speaking and journaling to yourself and just sitting with yourself in prayer, in meditation, in whatever it is that resonates with you, but really giving yourself that one-on-one time on a consistent level. I would honestly recommend on a day-to-day basis, like really taking time to sit with yourself, not in front of the TV, not eating food, like just sitting with yourself and reminding yourself, this is who I am. This is what I believe in. This is my purpose. And this is what I'm going to continue to follow no matter what. I just scrolled through on social media and saw a million people doing a million things that inspire me or make me feel like I'm not enough or make me feel like I'm not doing the right thing. If you take that time on a day-to-day basis, you'll remember, who you are and what your purpose is. So that's number one for me. Whew.
I really like that last point, like sitting with yourself, like real talk, bro. Like Lynn Beach, if you from Lynn, bro, Lynn Beach is down the road, bro. During the summer, bro, like, yo, just sit down on a bench, bro. Put your phone in your car, bro, and just listen to the waves, bro. Bring a journal or something. It's wavy, no pun intended. The pun was intended. I'm sorry, but
I like that.
But yeah, like I love that. Like I go to the beach all the time just so I could sit with myself and just like sit with my thoughts and just like really, I don't know, just like reflect, and it's just so it's comforting. You know what I mean? And it's like it's cool. So that's a great point. I really like that point. But in terms of just staying true to yourself, I'll keep it short. Just like for emerging artists, like really understand what art is, like, and what art is for you, like. Really reflect on what art is, like who you've seen, like who influenced you, and like how they went about like kind of tackling art, and then just like understand like why you're doing it, like understand like what's driving you to want to create art, like for me it's because I wasn't good at expressing myself at all. Like I've had so much like anxiety, so much like depression growing up, and it's like I don't know, like sometimes as a black man it's just like I feel like just like the examples that I've had, bro, is just like you gotta just take that to the grave with you, bro. You can't like really like show those emotions off. Even when I was in high school doing poetry, like getting all like in front of the school, like trying to share my emotions, like a couple people will like have some like little slick remarks about like me expressing myself, you know what I mean? So it was kind of hard, but like really understand like yourself and like try to like think about your experiences and like, just like be real with yourself and like, do it out of love too. Like people were saying this earlier, like really do it out of love for yourself, love for like community, love for like growth, love for like, everything real, like really. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely appreciate hearing that. That's something that I think that a lot of people forget. It's like you have to understand like what art is, you feel me, and like where things come from. If you truly want to call yourself like an artist, you have to like have a respect for like the lineage of the art form as well, you feel me? Like that's why I think it's dope that we're talking about word is bond, you feel me? Because I think that when I think about like hip hop, you feel me, I think about like all the people that came before me in this medium, you feel me? And I think that it's important to remember that like my like identity is in part comprised of like the identities of so many that came before me. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that's solid advice. You feel me? No cap, because like yeah, you gotta have a respect for the art form, for real, for real. Another piece of advice that I think is important as an artist is something that I think I tell myself like all the time when I'm engaging, when I'm creating, is like you have to control what you can control. You feel me? Like when I think about everything, like I know Jesse, you talked about like judgment. You feel me? People always gonna judge. You know what I'm saying? You can't control what other people do, but you can always control what you're capable of. You can always control what you're doing. You feel me? Controlling what you can control to me also goes deeper than that. It's also about what you put into the world. It's also about what you allow to enter like your sphere as well. You feel me? The people that you have around you. It's about making sure that you have the right people around you, the right environment around you, cultivating that, because you're not able to grow. It's kind of like a fish, you feel me? We're all animals, we're all beings at the same time. But it's like a fish. You put a fish in a small tank, you know what I'm saying? The fish only gonna grow as much as the tank allows, you know what I'm saying? But you put that fish inside of a pond, it can grow like exponentially, you feel me? The only thing that's holding it back is where it's located. The only thing that's holding it back is the other fish around it, you feel me? So everything that you can control, make sure that you do your due diligence and control it, you feel me? And don't be too hard pressed about everything else. You feel me? What I tell myself is control what you can control and let the chips fall where they may. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, everything else around you is gonna be. You feel me? But so are you. So it's okay. Just keep doing your thing. You feel me? And I think as long as you maintain a level of authenticity to your reality, to your perspective, to your art, you feel me? And you always keep your head down and focus on what it is that you need to do and how you're moving forward. You feel me? You're gonna do fine. You're gonna be all right.
I would say, what advice would you give to emerging artists about staying true to their word and vision? Oh boy. The biggest thing I'll say is this: really make sure that you're honing in on, obviously, on who you are, which everyone stated that, but also why is the reason why you want to become an artist. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's people, let's say for music, because artists there's different forms of art, right? There's painting, like there's visual, and there's, you know, like spoken word and singing and rap, you know, all that kind of stuff. But music per se, ask yourself, like, why do you want to do it? Do you want to do it because you're like, oh, I just want to be famous and like I just want to like, you know, like people to recognize me? Or are you doing it because you really believe that is your calling and that is your purpose and that you are being used as a vessel to help others through your music? You know what I'm saying? And so hone in on that, like the reason, the purpose, the mission. What is the mission, right? And also, the biggest thing I'll say is this. I loved what Nate said about being mindful of who you have around you, because let me tell you this. I'm not saying I had bad people around me as I was been working on my music career, but I had some people around me that no longer are around me that were giving me bad advice, you know, to be honest. They would state things like, oh, Yelena, you gotta be mindful of your weight. You know, so I've always grown up, you know, I've always been the girl that's like much curvier than everyone else in my group, right? And, you know, and weight is a very touchy subject for me, but nonetheless, I talk about it because I know it's gonna help others, right? Especially being a female, especially being Latina at that. And for the Latinos here, you guys know Latinos be judgy. No, seriously, they be judgy. Like, they be too judgy, and the words that they say, it's like, that's, again, you have to be mindful of how you speak to others and to yourself, right? But yeah, I had people say, you know, be mindful of your weight, be mindful of how you look. And then I've had people be like, oh, your identity, oh, you gotta make sure you look like this person. You gotta make sure you look like this person. Or you gotta make sure you do music like this. Stop making music that's sad. Make music that's more vibey, where people can dance to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started hearing a lot of noise from left to right. And it got to a point where I had to center myself and remind myself, what is our purpose? And also, don't be scared as an artist if you don't really know what type of music you wanna make. You know, like, or what genre you want to be in. Don't put yourself in a box, and don't let others put you in a box. Because I'm someone that I'm still experimenting. I'm still in a place of figuring out, but I'm honing in on the type of music that moving forward I would create. And I know moving forward I'll be creating music that is faith-based, but music that really creates an impact, and that I know that will have a positive message and that will help others. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mission, point blank, period. So I feel like at the end of the day, you know, my advice I would give to artists is, you know, ask yourself, what is your mission? What is your purpose? What's the reason why you're doing it? And also remember to not let the noise get to you. Forget the noise. Be mindful who you have around you. When you start to have a bit of success around you, be very mindful of who creeps in, who tries to attach themselves to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you start to get success right when you're starting, just like what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And because, like I said, I've only been doing music since 2020. And I got my first award, which is the Boston Music Awards, Latin Artist of the Year in 2022. And I got it, this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a very short amount of time. So be very mindful who tries to attach yourself to you, and just overall, just remember who you are. And remember who gave you the gift that you have. And remember the reason why you have that gift. And the reason and what you need to use it for. Do not use it for lucrative things or negative things. Use it for a reason, because that gift that you have is to be used so that you can help others. And that can look different for various people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the biggest advice I'll give. And just overall, just have fun. Please do not be like me and be a workaholic. Do not be, no, seriously, because, like sometimes God has had to give me a pow-pow many times and has had to tell me, Yelena, sit down. Yelena, you need to relax. Yelena, you need to sleep. Even my partner up here, Josiah, my man,
Shout out the mans.
Even he has had to tell me, like, girl, can't you just rest today? Like, it's a Saturday. Like, what you mean you got to do X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? Please don't work hard. Like, work hard to a certain extent, but do it, like, freely. Do it with ease. Remember, when you do things that is in a rush, and it gives you anxiety, you're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Do things with ease. Do things with freely, especially women. Like, being your feminine, let things flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel how calm it is right now? Be in that sort of, be in that energy. Just do things calm, freely, because that is art. You know what I'm saying? And overall, just don't stress the small stuff. Do not work to the bone. Just work hard to a certain extent, but understand what is for you is for you. What is meant for you will be. So all you got to do is do your part, but everything else will get taken care of. God got you. Whatever you believe in, the universe got you. You know what I'm saying? But do not overwork yourself. No. Some people really talk so highly about that, especially when you hear stories about people in the industry. But what I'm learning is that, yeah, you can work so hard to where you're working over 24 hours and you're maybe in the studio. I'm not saying some people do that, but I'm just saying because there's been times where I wanted to do that, where I just want to be in the studio or I just want to be in my room writing and I don't even want to answer anyone's phone calls or spend time with my family or anything of that sort. No, you have to work to a certain extent and understand what is for you and it will come to you. It is okay to take a break here and there. Is it okay to get off of social media? It is okay to give yourself a day to rest. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't give yourself a rest, how are you going to be able to work hard? You're not a robot. You know what I'm saying? You're a person. You're a human being. So please take care of yourself and understand that no matter what is for you, it will happen. It's just not going to happen on your timing. And understand that. All right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. The energy, like what you just said, the calm in the room right now. I feel like when we first started off, it was a lot of jitters, a lot of energy vibing around the room. And now we're at this peaceful tone because we were able to speak our truest words in our truest form. And I just want to thank all of the artists on this stage tonight for speaking and sharing those words because our impact is so great. And what I want everyone in this room to leave with tonight is realizing you're all artists because you all have a voice, and our voice is our most powerful tool. Our words are our most impactful tool. So if you are able to speak, if you are able to be here tonight, use that voice for impact. Use it when you walk out that door to continue your purpose. Like Yelena said, like everybody stated, we all have a purpose, but you're the only one who can fulfill it truly. So before we completely wrap up the podcast, I did promise the audience a few Q&A. Are you cool with that, artist? We're still doing the Q&A? We good? All right. So I'm going to ask also your world Radamace, if you don't mind coming up, to be able to pass the mic out. Does anyone have, we'll probably take like 5 or so questions. Does anyone have any questions for any of the artists that they would like to ask? I see someone in the back.
And Bora, you had a question too. So, who we coming? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you can't see? Oh, wait. I don't have my glasses on. Excuse me.
I just wanted to ask everybody, based off of like their high school experience, when was the time when they really felt being true to themselves really came out? Great question.
I'll answer. So a lot of people don't know this. Like I said, I recognized my calling when I was 7 years old, right? And the reason why I recognize is because my dad one day came home and bought me a movie. And the movie was Yelena. And I watched that movie, and when I watched that movie, everything started to make sense to me. After that, I was just like, I want to do what she did, I want to do music, etc. And then when I tried it out, singing in front of people, I ended up getting stage fright, super bad, to the point where I said, we're not doing this ever again. But I kept doing music, songwriting when I was in my room and everything. Then when I was in high school, I got the opportunity to perform in front of people. And that was the first time for I don't know how many years, that I was gonna decide to sing in front of people. And it really took a lot of courage and for me to, renounce my fear. And I think that was pretty much the moment where I was like, this is really what we were meant to do. And we were really, really meant to be this artist, this performer, this singer. And from there, everything started making sense from there. So yeah, 15 years old in my choir classroom was when I recognized, when everything started making more sense. So yeah.
That's so beautiful. I have a similar experience, and I love the question. Thank you so much. Bringing us back to our high school selves, right? I'm like, what's up, high school Eva? She was doing pretty good, definitely at odds with her identity at the time and moving through being mixed and what it meant to, exist in different cultures and all of those things. But what always was security for me was music. And my mother sang, I say this time and time again. There are so many interviews of me saying this. My mother sang in bands when she was pregnant with me. So that frequency just flowed through, and so I was born. And my father would sing to her belly and always encouraged me to sing. We'd be out in public and I'd be dancing 2-3 years old, singing. My aunt loves telling this story about me on the train in New York, and I was singing, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? And then I go, everybody! And everybody on the train started singing along with me. 3-year-old baby in my rolling chair. Is that what that's called? Whatever. LOL. LOL. Sometimes I name things as what they do instead of what they are. Anyway, so we always knew, and that was always a security through the different discomforts and uncertainties of life and who I was. I always knew who I was in the sense of my purpose, and that's just been a really eye-opening and beautiful thing to be aware of throughout life, because, yeah, I'm just really grateful for that. So, yeah. Yeah, high school, same thing, you know, just singing, vibing. High school, I decided that I wanted to go to Berklee College of Music, and got accepted there and went there for a few years. And I had to make a really tough decision to leave my girl group at the time. We wrote original music together and performed all over Providence, Rhode Island. I'm originally from Rhode Island. And we were busy and booked, and we had just gotten a deal with Alex and Ani, which is a jewelry company, and they were going to sponsor us. They were going to be we were going to be their like music artists. And they were going to have us, you know, there was talk of like billboards and like different things, right? Commercials, and I wanted to do both, and it didn't work out that way, but I'm grateful for the choice that I made, because now I know people all over the world doing amazing things, and it inspires me constantly and reminds me to just dream as big as I possibly can and like fully believe in myself and my dreams, because we can only go as far as we believe we can. You know, so when you have people in your circle that are like shooting for the stars and reaching those stars, it just reminds you that anything that you dream of is possible, you know. So, yeah.
High school. I went to KIP down the street. I keep saying down the street. It's not one street, but it's low key down the street. Yeah, right. But I went to a charter school. I don't know if any of y'all went to a charter school. You went to KIP? Hey. Oh, you was an OG. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You was OG. Yeah. I was class of 2017 high school. KIP was interesting. It was really interesting. It was hard, like, you know, real strict, real, like, it was just hard, bro. But, you know, damn, high school, bro. I'm trying to think. I remember, so we just had long days for no reason, bro. Our days were like from like 5, like, bro, 5 in the morning, you have to wake up, get ready for the bus, and then you leave at 5 p.m., and then, like, you don't see the sunlight in between, bro. It'd be crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Wow. But like there was a block in between. No, this is high school, so we left at like 4:45. There was a block between like 4 to 4:45, and we had electives. And at the time, KIP High School was like a newer high school. Like I was like the 3rd graduating class. So my freshman year, it was only like the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors in the school, and we got to kind of make our own electives. And I decided to, I don't know if I made it or like just like a group of people decided to do like a little poetry elective, you know. So we started writing poetry in a very, very small room because there was only like 6 of us. And that really was like what kind of shaped me as an artist, bro. Like the small group of people, that community, I'll say that, it's community that really led me to where I'm at right now and like in my journey as an artist, because they just like supported me so much, and they like listened to me and listened to the poetry I had to say. And then our chaperone, which later became our coach, our spoken word coach, she introduced us to a poetry competition called Louder Than a Bomb. I did that too. You did Louder Than a Bomb? Yes, at MIT. What? What school were you in? Peabody. We're gonna have to talk. Yeah, okay. Sorry. That's crazy. Hey, Louder Than a Bomb. Shout out to L-Tab, bro. But that really, like, our freshman year, we didn't know what to expect. Like, it was some new, like, it was different, but we practiced so much. We stayed after school. I told y'all, we left school at like 4:45, 5. We stayed after school until 7 o'clock, bro, trying to memorize poems, like, with us. And I never felt that supported, like, in my life. And, like, poetry wasn't the cool thing to do. Like, it wasn't cool to talk about social justice issues. It wasn't cool to talk about racism. It wasn't cool to talk about misogyny. It wasn't cool to do all this stuff. And like eventually we started performing in front of like the school. We got more comfortable. We started performing in stages. We started performing in front of like teachers, Teach for America, in front of like a lot of stuff. And it just like kind of made me feel comfortable to like be myself and like to like have like a cool like little community of people that just want to be heard and listened to. And just like it made me more vulnerable like with myself. And it made me like feel okay to like share like some traumatic experiences like with this little small group like of like 6 people, and then eventually that group grew, and like as like there was more like new freshmen, like they started to join in, and like it just became a cool community and like a staple at the school. We were called the Indigo Society Poets, and we just really like believed in like being heard. And I think I always say this, but like everything I do, like when I make beats, when I rap, when I write, like it's all poetry. Everything I do is like embedded in like poetry, and I really do think that like small little community that I had that kind of helped me become that, and that started when I was in high school. Without them, I really wouldn't have the passion that I have for the art that I like today. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody in Indigo Society, bro. Shout out to LTAC.
So just to keep on time, sorry, Nate. Rad Mace, we'll do 2 more questions from the crowd if anyone has a question. And yeah, I see someone up here in the front. Rad Mace, you got a mic for them?
Yes, I sure do. I think
Is that Miss Janaya? Oh, we gonna get blessed with the question right now. Okay.
You're so dramatic.
I gotta be.
I'm a drama queen, just low key. So I appreciate the dramatics. Hi guys, it's me, Janaya. But the question that I had, Nay and King, I've had the chance to speak with you guys a bit more, so I would really love to hear your answers on this. But when it comes to how do I describe it? Balancing having your vision, your artistic vision, and wanting to share that with the world, and also wanting to uplift people through our artistry, right? But also having to recognize when people can't meet us where we're at. Recognizing like, oh, I want to help this person, or oh, I see the talent in this person, or oh, I see something in them that maybe they don't see in themselves, and I want to use the gift that I have to uplift them, but maybe, like I said, they can't meet me where I'm at. So as a creative, how do you balance that within yourself with sharing your gift, but also knowing when to kind of take a pause and know when to love yourself a bit more and just like allow that space? Yeah.
That's a great question.
I love a good question.
It's a good question. It's interesting because I think that there's always I think maybe not quite a misconception, but I think that people view it differently. A lot of people say that you can't pour from an empty cup. A lot of people say that you can't help others until you help yourself, which I definitely believe in. I think that's true. I think that there's more to it than that, though. Right? I think that paired with that is also that mindset of stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You feel me? I think that at any given point can be an opportunity for you to uplift someone else. At any given point can be an opportunity for you to utilize the skill set that you have, to utilize your talent, to utilize your expertise, to uplift the next person. You just never know when it's going to happen. And I think for me, being able to take steps back, you feel me, and focus in on myself and focus in on what I have to do is, and this is something that you might not know right all the time because you don't see it actively, but being able to set that example is something that's also helping others. You feel me? When you challenge yourself in ways that maybe other people that around you are not challenging themselves. When you push yourself in ways that maybe other people around you are not pushing you either, it helps other people be able to do the same in the future. You feel me? So essentially, just by doing you are helping people because you're finding the capacity that you have and you're utilizing it to the best of your ability. You feel me? You're persisting throughout everything that we have going on in the world. Every piece of you persists. You feel me? So to me, I think that you have to maintain a level of self-efficacy in order to help others. To me, that's more important. It's not so much about quote unquote taking care of yourself, because that can look many different ways, but it's more so about doing what you need to do in order to continue to survive, in order to continue to live, in order to continue to maintain, in order to continue to just be. You feel me? You'll be able to help the next person, especially as artists, because when we're creating, a lot of times I'm not thinking about it oh man, this has to be the most fire bars I've ever written. I need to make sure that this is the best every time. It's not so much of an active thought, right? I just want what comes out of me to be intentional, and however intentional I can be in that moment is what I want to stay true to. And in doing that, I allow other people around me to do the same, and I also hold myself to that standard. We talked about word is bond at the top, right? But again, word is bond to me is about holding yourself to a high standard and holding the people around you to that same standard. You feel me? If you're falling below the bar, I want to help you get to the next point, but I got to make sure I'm at the bar too. So let me hold the bar up for the both of us, and let's do it together. You know what I'm saying? Let me find a way to continue to uplift you through my own self-uplift. You feel me? Let's work together instead of me doing what I got to do without you and then helping you. It's not a pity party. You feel me? I'm not trying to pick someone up. Let's do it together. You know what I'm saying? We're here because that to me is what being an artist is all about. And again, Word is Bond is deeper than just, hey, if I say it, it's true. If I say it, then I mean it. It's also, if I'm saying it, then I believe it. And if I believe it, then I'm going to work towards it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's different for me.
So we will do one more question. If there are any. No? All right, awesome. So I'm just going to wrap it up. Obviously, Radways, if you want to.
No, we good.
No, I think you're just in front of the camera, buddy. You in front of that camera, buddy. I didn't want to call you out in front of the peoples, but you know. So, guys, tonight has been a night of Word is Truly Bond. I hope y'all felt the impact, you felt the vibes, you felt the energy. And the night ain't over. Like I said, each artist on this stage is about to do a set for y'all, a live performance set, after we take a quick break and get some fresh food that was just put out. But I just want to thank each and every one of you for really putting it all out today, for putting it on the stage, putting it on the mic, putting your word at the forefront. And each one of you has truly proven impactfully through your art forms what it means to stay true to using your words as your bond, to using your words to get other people to understand the passion, the struggle, and the purpose that you have gone through. And y'all are gonna get to experience not only their amazing conversations, but literally them putting their words into their art form live in the city of Lynn tonight. So I just wanna give it up again for the Paradoxic King, for Yelena La Rosa Rodriguez. I wanna give it up for the Nate Nix, and for the one and only Ashanti Eva Davenport. And again, y'all, I'm your host, Jessie Ellie, on Old Soul, Young World, Gallery Talk, Volume 2, Word is Bond. When I say word is, y'all say bond. Word is bond. Word is bond. Word is bond. All right, we appreciate y'all so much. That is the end of our panel. Like I said, there is sliders of all different sorts. There is tater tots, empanadas, a taco bar, everything you could ever ask for. Shout out the Palette Kitchen, Chef Jeff. Literally, his name is Chef Jeff, making all the goods tonight. And shout out Steve. They have put on so much work behind the scenes to make this delicious food for y'all. Thank you guys again. I'm your host, Jessie Ellie. Enjoy the food, and the performances will start real soon. All right, y'all. It is that time for the live performances. We're about to kick it off with the Lynn native himself, the one, the only. Y'all heard him talk. Now you're about to see it live in action. Paradoxic King. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Oh man, what's up? Que lo que con que lo que, ya tú sabes, loco. I speak Spanish a little bit, just a little bit. Y'all heard that? That was good, right? That was all right. But my name's King, Paradoxic King. Today I'm gonna be performing some poems and some songs. One of the songs was produced by me. The last song I'm gonna do, and I don't know. Just take this journey with me. I rap, I produce, I write poetry, and I'm also a magician. Did y'all know that? I can do magic tricks. Y'all to do that? Y'all want to see a magic trick? Yeah. Okay. I said my magic's so pure. My magic's so pure, I don't even need a wand. Because I'm going to make it happen anyways. I said, this magic's so pure, I got bunnies lodged in my calves. They said, King, how you get so high? And I told them I was born to jump. And I'll be rolling L after L, and I'll be having manners and shit like, hi, how are you? My magic's so real. I tell my audience that it ain't no trick. That I ain't ever had a recipe for my steeds, and that I ain't ever have to put on a show because my magic be authentic. In fact, magic is me. I'm magic. I be walking around with sparkles roaming around my head, forming the crown that confuses the mind of the weak. I said, I'm magic. because I got a lot to explain, and I'm unpredictable. And I ain't ever got to say abracadabra to make shit appear. I just be doing it. So I'm magic. I'm so magic, I'm like the Lakers in 88. I'm so magic, I'm like Shaquille in 95. I'm so magic because I'm feeling extraordinary and powerful and mysterious, and it's all because of the art. This art is magic. Thank you. Hey, we could go on with the song. It's like a song that was off an EP I did with this dude from like a European country. He's a producer. Shout out to him. But yeah, we can run that. Yeah. Yo, I need the energy, bro. No bullshit. I need some energy. Yeah, I don't know. Let's clap. Yo, yeah, this shit ain't sweet. They won't smile till they fix their teeth. It's so wild, cause inside it's the bliss they see. My whole style's been divided by a bitch named Peace. I walk miles after miles, they still kiss my feet. I'm a king, what you know about the risk I see? I climb heights, so I never had to miss my peak. They grab the rocks on the blocks, now they live by streets. Dodging cops, it's a lot, but they just like me. I got the same skin tone, so the pain rings home like a doorbell. Nigga, we done sang this song, know the fragrance strong. We puffin' strange till we gone. I'd leave the hate in the bomb, we ain't safe anymore. His drive's like the brakes getting worn. I rhyme like the face of a storm, so electric, eccentric. The case is adjourned, so smooth with it. Nigga, I'll embrace your concerns till my greatness is heard. If niggas hate, they some birds. I done seen the fakeness emerge like, damn, I be hurt. We louder than the Amber Alert. Stop damaging Earth, nigga. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't really know. Hey, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really know. I said, I don't know. Yo, I said I could drop dead before I ever dropped the music. I know I got the skill, but it felt so useless. Maybe I'm just foolish. Wait, I forgot that I do this. I be with my dog, stacking blues till I'm clueless. Take a hint if you rockin' with the movements. I cannot exist if I didn't try improving. Mint in the tea, so I guess I stay coolin'. Shorty said that my voice so soothing. This the way of life, nigga. You can do your research. I'm playing chess, I put the pawns on a t-shirt. What's a Prince Charming King's arm with a lethal 6 bars? Niggas are like Company Cathedral, 6 halls, reverb, gotta shine like the Beatles. Yo, niggas so scared, my design is illegal. Quick, drawing conclusion, you gon' lie to the people. Niggas live their life to defy the placebo. Niggas wanna die so they hide from the heroes. Fuck getting saved when your mind's on zero. Shit, yeah, can y'all rock with me? Y'all good? You gotta listen to your body. Cause who gonna listen to you back? I'm gonna say that one more time. You gotta listen to your body. Cause who gonna listen to you back? Yeah, sometimes we make no sense. Yeah, still standing where we at. Yo, hey, and I don't mean to be mysterious. Hey, the face blank, but that don't mean I hate the experience. We was raised by mistakes, we delirious. No fearing it, no way they was hearing it. Mama said my mind was made like the pyramids. Gotta push goals so my patience is serious. My story go way past the periods. Pass mad quick like fast and furious. Hey, I'm something that you can't explain. Bruises on my neck cause I'm all about the change. We was taking bets and my pockets were exchanged to my pockets, nigga. We could talk about it for some days. Like why the fuck you tryna go against me? Word on my back, I ain't tryna get weak. It's that real shit, let the fertilizer seep. Played it 10 times, I internalize the beat. Yo, hey, flow cold like Eskimos. Yo, Harvey Gold, they gon' listen down in Mexico. Yo, King, why you always be flexing for? Deep inside, I don't wanna be the next to go. Shit, how y'all feeling tonight? Y'all good? I'm gonna say this one more time, you feel me? If y'all remember it, say it. If y'all don't, it's all good. You gotta listen to your body, cause who gon' listen to you back? Shit, sometimes we make no sense. We still standing where we at. We still standing where we at. We still standing where we at. I appreciate y'all. Sometimes you gotta let God tell you that it's gonna be okay. You feel me? I said sometimes you gotta let God tell you that you gonna be okay. And when he does, you need to listen. Because it's easy to hold on to feelings that you're used to. And I've grown comfortable with discontentment and kept it close to me like a shadow on a rainy day. And I've scratched the surface of healing, and the marks still remind me of the pain. So I bite my fingernails until it bleeds the way I like it to, and still caress my fingertips like an apology, you see. Anxiety tells you to do the opposite of what you're supposed to do at your worst moments. It makes you lose control of yourself. It turns gentle breathing into sleep paralysis, and I've dreamt my worst dreams on beds that I deemed the most precious. Sometimes I just can't escape my feelings, so I sleep right beside it, and the demons under my bed lay right beside me too, like a pillow. And I realized that my nighttime routine consisted of a sabotaging mindset. I need to restore myself. And to restore myself takes time, so don't run. King, please do not run from the process, because sometimes you just gotta let God tell you that it's gonna be okay. Thank you. This next song, I don't have a performance track, but I wanted to interact. I wanted to do this because I just feel like we're here to talk our shit. You feel me? Word is bond, so we gonna talk our shit. So I want y'all to say that with me when y'all hear it. You feel me? If you don't mind cursing, I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to. No bullshit. But okay. All right, you can run that. It's the other one, but it's okay. It's not this song, it's the next one. Sorry, it's the other song. This shit ain't sweet. They won't smile until they fix their teeth. It's so, all right. Witty banter, everybody. Witty banter. Yo, actually, before we do this, I just want to get an energy check. Can y'all say, hear ye with me? Okay. Hear ye. Okay, I got some shit that okay, yo, I say, yo, King, I'ma talk my shit, okay? Let me get it turned, I'ma talk my shit. I got a voice that I deserve, I got some shit that you can learn, I'ma talk my shit. If you can't, why you trying to play your mind? Niggas getting killed cause they like to play your mind, so explosive. Gross jokes roasting the hopeless. Motion is forward, little nigga, I don't owe shit to no one. So keep up and stay behind promptly. I can feel your energy, my niggas got the hockey. Blood on your hands so your fingers look like Takis. Love on demand so I'm feeling like Basquiat paint is abstract in the fragrance till you lost me. Lonely in the heart, oh shit, where you caught me. If life is a scam, I'm a scammer. In the grand scheme of things, I'm the #1 man. And if life hands you lemons, I be chilling by the stands with the million rubber bands, flipping sour cause I can, cuz. Okay, y'all too savvy with the Spanish. Cause he took the sea, I swear he never had the advantage. Snitches get stitches, but I only saw the damage. They gon' get your wig split like Hannah Montana, shit crazy. The crime screaming, please come save me, but nobody trying to listen to a nigga acting shady. The sun gon' talk when it wants to, okay? And it be leaving late at night just to haunt you. And every season we be creeping in a costume. And yeah, we see it, but we breathe until it costs you. Yeah, King, I'ma talk my shit, okay? Let me get it turned, I'ma talk my shit. I got a voice that I deserve, I got some shit that you can learn, okay? Yeah, King, I'ma talk my shit, come on, let me get it turned, I got a voice that I deserve, I got some shit that you can learn, hold up, I said, back on track, I was made for this shit. They need packing some backwoods to blaze in this bitch, but if you want the smoke, then the flames be lit. Can't tame what you raised like an angry kid. Man, I saved me, you cannot phase me, kid. I'm a Sin City, could've been in Haiti, kid. Don't play with me, tired of that make me shit. Yo, niggas stay hating while we chase. I don't got no last words, so I speak to infinity. And if you heard the poems, you learned about validity. I'm preaching about the policies that probably be killing me. And if I shed a tear, I'm probably thinking about the mini-me's. There's no need to pity me. But why these kids be dying? It's gang shit till the gang seeks violence. I can maintain quick, but my pain bleeds diamonds. It might make me rich, so I face these signs. I said, ignorance is bliss, but the bliss feels daunting. So I experience the joy with caution. I'm lost in consequences, blocked from exhaustion. Gotta work harder when I'm stuck. I be locked in heavy, nigga. Cooking up like my arms getting heavy, ayy. They gon' give you props when you drop, I'm already, nigga. Hey, shit, said I'm already, nigga. Yeah, ayy. Thank you. This last piece was inspired by my girlfriend. I wrote this for her low key, so but it can be applicable to anybody. High key. So shout out to her. She had to leave early, but it's all good. I hope I can make you smile and forget about the things that made you frown. Maybe not forget, but I want you to look at those things and laugh. And to find bliss in things that cause you pain can seem daunting, but I want you to look at your past as a corny joke. Like, you know it's not really funny, but indeed laughable, because life is all about smiles. Again and again, because you deserve all the joy in the world. And trust me when I say that my life wasn't all smiles, and even when I did smile sometimes, it was unwarranted. And sometimes depression covered over my smile lines and painted blemishes across my face and made me insecure and scared to show the world what the real me looks like. But the real me is a warm and flaky croissant in a broken oven, still golden, still delicious, still found its way to strive in an undesirable circumstance. And that's what smiling is all about. So I want you to smile until your cheeks cramp up. You know, sometimes joy can hurt in the ways that you need it to. And I'm not saying that I want you to feel pain, but I want you to understand that sometimes to embrace the true feeling of happiness, you need to embrace the parts of you that hurt the most. Because nothing makes you frown more than unresolved tension. So please learn to smile, even if it hurts sometimes, because the best kinds of smiles are the ones that come after overcoming the many things that felt impossible to fight. And if you ever need some help, I'll be there to remind you of how amazing you look when you smile and how free you look in the process. And I really hope I can make you smile again and again and again, because you deserve the ambience of the light. You deserve to smile. All right, thank you. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a good night. Oh, by the way, sorry. I got that tatted on you, bro. If y'all haven't seen it, if you want to see it, go. Y'all can look at my wrist. I'll allow y'all to look at my wrist. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Whatever.
Let's keep it going for King. Give it up, give it up. Starting us off with some good vibes, some spoken words, some soul energy. And to keep that soul going, next up to the stage, we have a healing soul artist, multifaceted creative, the one, the only, who is living her purpose through music, community, and love. I think y'all heard it deeply from her heart and her soul during this panel, but she's gonna express it now through her performance, through her art, and y'all, I don't know what else to say, but you're gonna be changed after she comes up on this stage. Give it up for the only Ashanti Eva Davenport. Yes, make your way to the stage, queen.
Thank you, my love. Let's take a deep breath together. I'm gonna start off my set without this microphone. So if you really want to hear, please come on over and be present. This first song is a protection prayer, and I invite you to join with me. So your part would be, when I sing protection, you sing protection. Let's try. Protection, protection. A little louder. Protection. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm not gonna have the mic to cue you guys, all right? So you gotta be on timing. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do it.
Lordy, 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 keep me protected. Lordy, 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 keep me protected. Protected. Lordy, 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 keep me protected. Lordy, 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 keep me protected. Lordy, Lordy, Lord, keep me protected. Let's take a deep breath together. I pray protection over all of us in this space, all that we are connected to, all that we have felt, and all that we will see, our past, present, and future selves, friends, family, tribe, all who love us and all who have yet to know how much they love us, and all who do not know or may never understand how much they love us. Protection. Remember how divinely protected you are. I love you.
I wake, I sigh, sometimes I cry. I thank the Lord I am awake today. I know the weight of this blessing. I step outside, breathe in the air. I feel the grass beneath my feet and birds singing. Blue skies and trees swaying lets me know that you're still with me, somewhere far beyond the stars. And I'll stay right here close to where you are. And I'll stay right here close to where you are. I move ahead, one foot after the next. My heart is beating stronger, and my eyes are open wide with so much wonder. I find a space to meditate with palms and feet against the earth. I focus and pray. Feel my soul transitioning. Lets me know that you're still with me, somewhere far beyond the stars. And I'll stay right here close to where you are. And I'll stay right here close to where you are.
The song is a prayer to those of us who have experienced transitions in this lifetime, people that we love passing on into whatever is next, remembering that they are still here with us, just in a different form than we were used to. Remembering that we can still have those conversations, that we can still heal with them, dance and sing with them, and grow with them, and we are never alone. For this next piece, I'm actually gonna need my phone, which I left on that table back there behind Miss Gorgeous Lady with the pink hair. If you could help me out, sis. Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Oh, goodness. Unlock. La da 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 da. Yes. Tweedledee da 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 da. All right, so I wanted to share a poem with y'all. Is that all right? Are you sure? Okay, all right, cool. A couple more people said yes that time, so. Okay, so I'm releasing an album. Yeah, yes, you can clap for that. It The response is astounding. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I'm releasing an album, and for those of us who have ever experienced creation in a form of this nature, it takes a lot. And it's been a beautiful process. I'm so grateful. It's been years in the making. And this is the story of heartbreak and healing. Heartbreak through to spiritual awakening and everything in between. So this was inspired by my father. Thank you so much to my dad for living and existing and being who he was to me, who he is to me, and inspiring me to create and share and talk about grief and help us all to move through it. So everything that I'm performing tonight is off of the album. And after we move through grief and the pain that that brings, we get to a space of remembering self and asking questions and getting comfortable with self in a new way, deeper than we ever were before. You know, maybe we were comfortable with ourselves in a different way before, but now it's like, actually, I am so many things and I love every single bit of me that exists, you know? So these two pieces pay homage to that, and I'm gonna start with I Am Black. I just made that decision just now. All right, just 1 second. Sometimes the best way to choose your set is to just vibe with the vibes and be like, you know what? This is what I want to do. All right, here we go. I am black. If you choose to, you can box me into your narrow-minded vision of what a black girl looks like, acts like, talks, or thinks like, but you would be wrong to question me, as we are boundless and endlessly unique. I am black. My Nigerian and Ghanaian ancestors hold their heads high when I proclaim these words. Words some of my ancestors were so oppressed and afraid to say that they walked through this world passé blanc, choking on their identity, choosing to act like what they most looked like and denying their roots to do more than survive but try to thrive in a world spread thick with cruelty. I am black. I'm proud of my ancestors, those who chose to passé blanc, and especially those who did not have a choice.
I'm proud to be of a lineage of peoples who gave their everything for me to live free today and proclaim my roots out loud with honor, knowing Black, indigenous warriors, healers, empresses, and allied protectors are who served me my freedom on a golden platter. I am white. In the past, I've been afraid to claim you. I see you in the faces of my loved ones and feel such peace, but I don't see you when I look in the mirror. Your history reminds me of destruction and hatred. You ripped up the history and connections of my melanated ancestors and made it so difficult for me to find my Black and indigenous connections today. You caused us to nearly forget our language and who we are. But yet, you live within me, and you have brought me such love here through my family. You birthed and raised me and protect me. You run through my blood. I am Black. When Black folks hear me claim, I'm Black and I'm proud, they look at me like, doesn't this little Hispanic girl know she's not Black enough? And I respond with, didn't your small mind know that looks and perception mean absolutely nothing to those of us who are truly living in enlightenment? You want me to call myself something else? Well, racially ambiguous does not do my ancestors justice. Does not serve anyone but the person looking at my face, that is, if they are uncomfortable with my race. I would say congratulations. You've put me in a box that makes sense to you. Are you happy now? Happy to diminish my bloodline down to the way I look on the outside, but this is about my insides, my culture. Don't you understand that I am Black? Why are we all so goddamn judgmental? Why do we allow ourselves to be so close-minded? Society made things this way, but we deserve better. We deserve to love each other in our fullness, in our totality, without judgment. I am indigenous. When I saw Pocahontas on the TV screen, I felt seen. Joy to see a Disney princess in 2003 for the first time who looked like me. My father would act as if she was my queen, but little did he know we were also deeply rooted Nubian royalty. Little did he know I would be the first generation in our family to bring back the truth of our culture in every ethnicity. Most importantly, to uplift our Black and indigenous ancestors who came before me. The fact of the matter is we are all one race, the human race, souls, all born from the same place, all children of Africa, all children of God, Spirit, Allah. I give such grace to those who paved the way for my existence to be so great. We all know no matter how far back we have to go, we are all melanated people of the utmost high. Y'all ready? Say it loud. I'm Black and I'm proud. Period. Proud to stand strong on this land and hold my melanated family up high on a pedestal of love and protection. Say it loud. I'm Black and I'm proud. Proud to bring our art and our love to the forefront and rebuild and grow together. Say it loud. I'm Black and I'm proud. Proud to feel my ancestors wrap me in a warm hug and guide me to an inner standing of love that I am now able to preach proudly and truthfully. One more time, please say it from the back. I'm Black and I'm proud. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much. I got one more piece for you. And this also connects to identity and lineage. And I'm gonna ask the DJ to play that last track, please. Hi, guys. Hi.
If everybody could take a moment to just connect with their inner child and invite them into the space. Give them a seat. Hey, baby. Blessings, little mixed girl. Welcome to this earthly world, where your light newborn skin will soon tan into its melanin from the shine of our sun, where the little wisps of hair that swirl around on your soft head will grow into long curly queues like that of a birch tree roots, where your mother and father look so different, but also exactly the same as you. Peace, little mixed girl. Beautiful and sweet, running all over the world, hair locked up like mama girl. Aloha, little mixed girl. I see you've gone and straightened your curls. Growing up in a place where all the little girls want to look like all the other little girls, majority white girls, wanting to be a pretty girl, noticed, admired, and dreamed of girl. I know you want to fit in, darling, but you were made to stand out. Your differences are for a divine reason, and this specific place and time right now is your season. Your being here is intentional. It has never been a mistake. Trust and believe this is fate. Trust and believe the lessons you were meant to achieve, it is up to you to take. Don't be afraid to be different. Be brave, be yourself, and in turn, you will make a wave of a difference. Don't be afraid to be the only one. Be inspired to be unique. Be inspiring to another little mixed girl you haven't met yet who needs to set her judgment of self free. Osio, little mixed girl. I see you've learned how to care for your curls. You embrace every curve and flow within and out of your body now. I see you've learned how to be loud and proudly you in every room you walk into. I see you when you teach yourself how to love yourself. You teach me how to love me too. And I thank you. Little mixed girls, I love you. You are everything. Young girls, young people of all shades, all over the world, thank you for being you. Thank you for existing. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. My album, Healing, Ashanti Eva Eva Davenport, comes out on April 17th on my website, evadavenportmusic.com. I love you so much. I hope to see you again. And thank you to Also Young World for having me. This has been a beautiful experience. Thank you so much, Jessie.
Let's give it up for Ashanti Eva Davenport. I told y'all she was going to bring the soul, the energy, the vibes. That is truly what Word is Bond is, when what you are speaking translates into your art. And thank you so much, Ashanti, for truly proving that on the stage tonight. I think everybody just felt that energy. We're about to shut this place down. And I'm not even joking, y'all. Nate Nix is about to come up to the stage next. There is so much I could say. I only met Nate today in person for the first time. but the energy, the words spoken, the vibes, what you put out, Nate, is so authentic and so true to you, and it really radiates beyond your physical body, really into the room. Nate comes from Roxbury. He, like he said, works with youth. He does everything from organizing to connections and using his voice for all types of different ways. But I heard him earlier during his mic check, and that shit was live. So I'm not even gonna say anything else. I'm done speaking on this mic. Let's get the one, the only Nate Nix up here. Give it up!
Thank you. I appreciate that. How's it going, everyone? How is it going, everyone? All right, I hope so. Okay. I'm Nate Nix, you feel me? And every time I come onto a stage, I love my sets to represent like almost like a roller coaster. It's like high emotions, you feel me? So we like to build things up. But if it's okay, I'd love to open with a free verse. Is that all right? Yes. Okay. Look, Nix again, flow until the story hits the end. Spit a verse, Dillinger, that's a perfect 10. No trip, even when I'm falling on your sin. And this is not pretend, they gon' call them heaven sent. Listen in, cause from the top rope to the mat, cheers from the stands resonating through the back. I can hear them all, this hall's all packed. Do y'all want another match? Sheesh. Well, then I'm down to give you that. I'm going for another round. Lyrical stamina, shovel the barrier, plus a flood of hysteria. That could be enough to fit the Hulk in your carrier. Bruce Banner, the bear, weigh a ton of no carrier. Flow airheaded like bulimic anemics. And if a scheme is phonemic, you best believe that I seen it. All the assassinants that I present is gassing up my confidence. So I'ma do reconnaissance to find a line to stop with this. Teach a man to fish, he can eat forever. But teach him how to love and he'll be even better. Cause a heart can be a powerful thing. So I ain't leaving unless I leave my heart in this ring. And I feel like 98 Steve Austin, Stone Cold with the most gold in Boston. Nonsense, I ain't flossing nothing but my lyrical gauntlets. Even when I'm gone, let's ball in. How we feeling tonight? Yeah, now we getting somewhere. I like that. Yo, can we run that first track? I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? Listen. Yeah. Look, I said, Lil Brody said he caught the ones and I thought it was fair. Somebody's son broken hunting for air. Yeah, be a lot of niggas toting guns when they scared. I can't relate. All my niggas done forgot how to fare. See, we been desensitized, living down in despair. What you seeing in our eyes ain't some shit you repair. What you doing winning red and blues or cruising your rear? What you doing for your time's up? Homie hit the phone the other day, I ain't pick up. They text me good luck, but don't come near me when it get rough. I never hold a grudge when I should, I ain't like that. I seen some niggas make it from my hood and end up right back. Pulling up solo to the function with a phone in either fist. Right at home amongst the demons and at peace outside they miss at 17. Held a Nina, found the means to hold a brick. That ain't me though, I ain't needed. Went to sleep and dreamed of bliss and saw the fame, glamour, glitz, range, chains, and your chick. Once awake, pain, blood stains, flames, candles lit, new terrain. When you stay getting paid off of this, yo, what's a break? When you stay catching strays for you win, mental states, battered, bruised, black and blue shit. The Reaper collect, somebody pay that fine. What's there to do once you used to them nooses? It's cause you ain't next, don't mean you ain't in line. I said mental states, battered, bruised, black and blue shit. The Reaper collect, somebody pay that fine. What's there to do once you used to them nooses? Just cause you ain't next don't mean you ain't in line. Lil Brody said he caught the ones and I thought it was fair. Somebody's son broken hunting for air. Yeah, be a lot of us toting guns when we scared. I can't relate, all my niggas done forgot how to fare. See, we been desensitized, living down in despair. A body dropping ain't some shit you repair. What you doing when them red and blues are cruising your rear? Safe to say this shit is madness. Attaboy. Yeah. So I actually produced that last joint, but this song was one of the songs off my first album. It's called Human God. I rock with it. Hope y'all enjoy. Look,
Dearly departed, I'm show running and starting to blow hundreds. Larger than foes stunting, smarter than most coming. Becoming so cold-blooded, pardon the soul, but it's tarnished and so blunted. Garnished and gold-studded. Louboutin noose is nothing new to eyes. Niggas seeking truth and lies, taught to simply euthanize. All us call it wild, call it nuts. Been a child, been a mutt. So the man in the reflection of the mirror, I don't trust what? Distorted self-love, destroyed itself, huh? They wanted the Morpheus, calm and laborious sun. God-fearing but never scared of approaching the sun, so they can watch him fly close enough to burn in the nun. Smiling, cheesing harder than Wheezy Carter when lean is brought up. Breathing part of that smoking dream he don't even bother achieving. He caught up, leaving his heart on sleeveless armor and breaching protocol. That's 87 overall is rapidly declining. Performance varies daily. I hope they choose to waive you, for I'm far too gone for saving and delay with all them payments. They care about the latter more than mental states and scatter wars. Holla back at a boy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look, I said, they fetishizing all these black demises. They fetishizing all our black demises. Lynn, y'all still with me? Okay, let's try something real quick. If you with me? Look, I said when I say holla back, y'all say attaboy, holla back, holla back, holla back, holla back. Yeah, okay. How we feeling, man? I feel good too, man. I feel a little inspired. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing the performers before me. I love this environment that we're cultivating. I want to try something with y'all real quick. Actually, weird. I try not to do this often, but I want to do another free verse, but I need a snap count from y'all. Can I get that? Can I get everyone in here? Just snap with me. Not too fast. Sometimes people be like, listen, I be rapping. You're not trying to do some jazz, you feel me? Not tonight. Yeah, I like that. Look, said I'm working while in college trying to conquer this degree. Look down at my feet, what you see cost a fee. I once was rocking with Adidas, hoping that they see this, cause these sneakers not gonna feed us. If your leaders jump the ship, would you follow suit and leave them undefeated like a clean sweep, or brush them underneath you? When the money flows, are you Walter or Benita? Would you trade that soul in exchange for that feature? I'm asking for myself, I wanna see how others would fare, cause my leaders are my heroes, and my heroes are scarce. See, they don't look like me, they don't relate to them tortures I'm enduring every second I'm awake. As a black male living in America entails, my rights are but a fantasy, especially in a cell. From the famine to the feast, I find our future fixed to fail. For this fairy tale of freedom don't depict us very well. Oh brother, how can I relay your strife to these people who don't never have to claim our life or have to scrape, claw, and fight to claim their rights? I ain't tripping just cause I wanna sleep at night. And oh sister, beg to miss when shit hits the fan, and both man and color can dismiss you. And this system treated lesser than misters, lift us all up, then birth the new victim. Why? Cause we don't love each other no more. This system got us thinking that this color's all war. Came out the womb with our bodies all sore, no shield, no horse. Our voice was all sword, and that started off horse. Yo, what's this all for? Them bodies in the streets, they used to stun on our porches, branded us the dogs that society deplores, but they probably do us better if we walked on all fours, for real. For real. Hey, man. Listen. Yo. So I got one more track. You see what I'm saying? Rocks, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got one more track for y'all, man. And for this one, before we run it, I want y'all to like do something with me. You feel what I'm saying? This is like one of my favorite songs because I love getting the energy high. You know what I'm saying? Roller coaster. You feel me? Now we on that little, you know what I mean? So I'm going to say, like, well, first of all, y'all remember Sesame Street? You feel me? Favorite character on Sesame Street was Grover because he was like, he didn't speak with conjugation. So no ain't, no none of that. He was like, you are not this, or it is not that. He was very particular, but I rocked with him. And plus he's blue, you know what I'm saying? I like my honey's blue. So we talking about it. I'm going to say Grover what? Can y'all repeat after me? Grover Bills. Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Cop the bag and hope my problems disappeared. Yeah. I've been up, so don't you tell me none, because I got Grover what? Grover what? Grover who? Grover what? Yeah. On the side, you fall behind, you lose your deal. Heart get cold about it, day I keep it trill. Got these Grover Bills. Let's run it, man. I like that. Y'all got some energy, man. I love that. But you know what? As soon as I hear the music, I'll get to my next point. As I've been up here, I've been observing something. I've been observing that the right side of this room is busting. The left side is, listen. Right side, make some noise, man. You see, they all right, but left side, make some noise. See, I lied. Right side, can y'all one more time? See, now we talking. Look, we got that energy up. I said 1, 2, look, I got Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Yeah, cop the bag and hold my problems disappear. I've been up, you can't tell me none. I got Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Grover who? Yeah, on this side you fall behind, you lose your deal. Heart get colder by the day, I keep it trail. Got these Grover bills, got a little check for the flex, keep it real. Never had a sad, just respect. And my fears, younger self been buried in a berry with my peers stuck in hell no. Jury on his journey, save your tears and yourself.
If you can,
Devil lurking
in the stands,
on the shelf.
in your hand.
Nothing pure on stolen land, not your health, not your man's. It's some bullshit. Silence of the lambs, niggas playing, never do shit. I find a light in the savior, this almighty dollar, this bar like a savior. Drop like Lamar, they calling your name and then pray on your fall like Lamar and the Ravens, cause it ain't sweet. It ain't umami either, unless they want you at MSG. Fuck your peace, fuck you mean, no retreat, no reprieve, lucky me. Hands up, hands up. All I want's my freedom. Seen them trees and know my seeds beneath. Yeah, these days, all I want my people. Ain't no power left in these defeats. Hey, these days, what? These days, they don't wanna see me up next, no. They wanna see me flags. 1, 2, hey, I got Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Yeah, cop the bag and hold my problems disappear. Said I've been up, you can't tell me none. I got Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Grover what? Yeah, on this side you fall behind, you lose your deal. Hold up, heart get colder by the day I keep it. Look, I said I'm expending every option. Feel like Plankton is the plan Z. Nate Nicks, just a soft boy, is a sophomore, caught the stampede. Belt on, hands free, free form, locks handy. Same friends as the first day, as the last day, no it can't be. I got some people to thank. I know some niggas who rooted for me, and I know some niggas who is fake. Notice some of you relate. I got some people to love, I got some people to hate, and more than all the above. I won't let this be a mistake. I ain't been picking my battles. How you expect me to pick a bouquet? I ain't been looking for flowers. If you gon' love me, then love me today. Come for my only desire. She been eluding my presence of late. But that's okay. Why? I feel great. I pull my weight. My folk ain't moving weight. I told my mom that I've been smiling, I've been straight. I seen that joy inside her eyes. I'm on my way. Lying to her face. Hold up, wait, I know I'm losing the fight. Eating the hits from the night quills. Say I've been feeling alright. I ain't been sleeping at night still. Praying my people are proud of me. Praying my family proud of me. Praying my Caesar be proud of me. Praying my thrillers are proud of me. Praying Khadijah is proud of me. Praying that Drisa is proud of me. Praying that Helen be proud of me. Helen be proud of me. Look, said, praying that Daniel is proud of me. Praying my uncle is proud of me. So one day I get to be proud of me. Yeah, thank you. Yo, like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. My name's Nate Nicks, you feel me? I'm gonna be around, so if you wanna find out where the music lives and all that, definitely come talk to me, I'm gonna be around, but I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Old Soul Young World, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Word is born, no bullshit.
Yo, keep that clap going. He just brought this place down. Ah! Sorry, you made me scream. That was just so fire. Grover what? Grover Bills. Nah, for real though. well. That got me hyped up. And you know, at the end of that, when you're saying like, hope you make them proud, like, yo, you making all of us proud. Everyone in this room's proud of Nate Nix, right? Hell yeah. So to end off our night, for y'all who are still here, thank you for being here. You are meant to be here. Your purpose is to be here because your word is your bond and your voice is your power. And every artist has performed and showed that, not only through their conversation, but through their art. And to end out the night, to really make the ceiling tiles start falling, we got the one and only. I have known this beautiful, beautiful soul for a few years now, and her journey continues to inspire me on a daily basis to live my authentic self and speak my authentic words. She is a Boston Music Awards 2-time Latin Artist of the Year. She is a Cuban Dominican Latin singer, and you already heard her amazing conversation. And let me just bless you with this beautiful voice on our stage tonight. I'm gonna bring up the one and the only Miss Yelena La Rosa Rodriguez.
Thank you. How are you guys doing? Well, thank you so much for staying behind, because honestly, you guys could have been anywhere else, but you decided to stay here tonight. So thank you. Can we clap it up for you guys? Can we clap it up for Jessie and the rest of her team for creating this beautiful, beautiful event, you know? And I don't come out to Lynn so often, but I wish I did. Not to be a bit morbid, but you know, this week was a bit heavy for some people. And I'm an empath, so I can feel a lot. And that's why I tend to be by myself and ground myself a lot more often. But I just want to pay my respects real quick to the Dominicans. Are there Dominicans here? I'm pretty sure there are. I recognize you guys. I'm Cuban Dominican. I just want to say, you know, with everything that happened in DR this week, if you guys know, there was a tragedy where, you know, a club pretty much... I don't know how you would say it, but pretty much the whole entire roof just collapsed. The whole entire club collapsed. And unfortunately, there was a lot of people who unfortunately passed, and there were some that survived. And if there's anyone in this room that has anyone who was affected by this or you're affected by this, you know, my condolences. I'm very sorry. And, you know, please pray for Dominican Republic right now and its people, and especially people. I know there's a great amount of Dominicans in Lynn, so I really just want to send a lot of love and light to each and every one of you, and you guys will be in my prayers, you know, and understand that with what happened, it wasn't because of God. You know, the enemy exists, you know, but thankfully God did make a way for those who survived, and for those who were taken, you know, I know they're up in heaven. So, you know, I just want to say that. But on other things, you know, what I'm going to perform with you guys tonight, I hope you guys really enjoy it. My first song is titled Paradoxic King. It's a bit different, you know, but this song itself is available on all platforms. If you guys want to follow me, Yelena Music. I hope, you know, I'm going to start you guys off a bit soft. Is that okay? And it's going to change up a bit towards the end. We're going to get a bit more excited. But I really hope you guys enjoy it, okay? Please, you know, feel free to get a little bit closer. It's okay. It's not COVID anymore, you know. But, yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy the night, okay? All right. Whenever you guys are ready with the sound, with the song.
Love is so strange, you know? I never really quite understood it. Sometimes I fear it, and sometimes I admire it.
Parecido mijo, tengo a vergüenza, no sé qué me pasa. Me enamoré de un hombre y tengo dudas. Por favor, dígame Si eso es mal hecho, yo sé que él me quería, pero no debo ir. Rompí el corazón de mi propio amante, Paradoxic mío, creo que me voy al infierno. No debía mentirle, porque ahora me estoy muriendo. Oh Dios, ayúdame, cuídame a ese hombre. You shouldn't have brought him into my life. You knew that it was heartless. I don't love anyone. I don't love anyone. So I bring him. Paradoxic mío, por favor. Bebé, lo que te pido, véndame. Lo que te sigo no quisiera que pasarle otro día, no te veo al amanecer. Bebé, lo que te pido, véndame. Lo que te sigo no quisiera que pasarle otro día, no te veo al amanecer. Tengo mis planes por huellas para amar, dueño en la soledad. Te escribe un poema para enamorarte, solo quiero amarte. Aquí te espero, solo vente, 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 lo hago diferente. Aquí te espero, solo vente, 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 no sé cómo quererte. Aquí te espero, solo vente, 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 no sé cómo quererte. Dime que sí, dime que sí, cómo quererte. Oh, 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 oh. If you guys know the lyrics, join in, join in. I know it's a very deep, vibey song. I want to see you guys dancing. Come on, smiles on your faces. Come on, come on. It's a Friday night. Enjoy the vibe. Aquí te espero, solo vente, 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 vamos con mi gente. Aquí te espero, solo vente, 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 vente. Aquí te espero, solo vente, 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 yo sé cómo quererte. Dime que sí, yo voy a tenerte. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So for this next song, you know, April, every time April comes around, I always like to make a bit of a small tribute to, number one, I owe it to God. He's the one that gave me my calling. But the second person that, you know, I always will say thank you to, even though I never met her, is, you know, Yelena. You know, she is, you know, just like many Latinas, Latin artists, she's the reason why, you know, at the end of the day, I fell in love with music, you know. God, of course, but I'm pretty sure God used her to really, like, help me identify what my calling was and what I'm meant to do in this world. And, you know, her birthday's coming up on the 16th, and just recently, she's been on the headlines a lot because, you know, her person who unfortunately killed her was up for parole this year, but unfortunately, why am I saying unfortunately? Fortunately, they denied her parole. My goodness. That's just me being carried, but no, we don't even talk about it right now. But, you know, they denied her parole. So, you know, and she died, you know, back in 95 on March 31st. So, you know, I just wanted to, this song I'm about to perform is by her, is Baila Esta Cumbia. So if you guys can get up, enjoy the vibes, you know, please, like I said, it's a Friday night, have some fun, you know, smile. Like I said, I know this week has been heavy for some people, you know, especially what happened to DR, but right now is the time to just let it go and just to kind of release a bit, okay? Can we do that?
All right, perfect. Hit the music, please. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now for this last song. This is my very last song for the night. This is my very own. It's titled La Rosa, available on all platforms. Hope you guys enjoy it and keep dancing. You know, do your thing, have fun.
No soy la misma mujer que tú conoces de ayer. Me voy lejos de tu piel y no pienso a volver y no pienso a volver. Yo soy la rosa bonita y hermosa que tú elegiste, pero me marchité. Ya me voy, amor. Ay, no puedo más. Ni siquiera vale la pena. Ay, cuando te fuiste, cuando te fuiste, pude, cuando te fuiste, oh, soy la rosa bonita y hermosa. Hoy, cuando te fuiste, cuando te fuiste, pude, cuando te fuiste, oh, soy la rosa, la rosa.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Again, you guys can, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And I thank God for putting me in this room, and I thank God for Jesse and for each and every one of you guys, because without him, I would not be here. You know, so thank you so much. I really hope you guys get home safely. I actually have to leave shortly, sorry. But if anything, if you want to connect with me, follow me on Yelena Music. Feel free to DM me. You know, I'm not, you know, I try to be kind, you know, so you can reach out to me, whatever it may be, but I really hope you guys felt inspired tonight. I really hope you guys hone in on your purpose and your calling and know that you are amazing and that you're doing great, and keep going, and don't let no one stop you. God bless and have a good night. Thank you. Gracias.
Can y'all just stand up for her and give her a standing O? Like, damn, she just brought this place down. I am blessed that you are here to grace this mic. Thank you, Yelena. Thank you to all of the artists who came on stage tonight. The Nate Nix, Ashanti Eva Davenport, Yelena La Rosa Rodriguez, and Paradoxic King. Thank you so much for coming. I was your host for the night, Jesse Elliott from Old Soul Young World. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube. The live podcast will be coming out in a couple weeks. Peace.